In World War II, millions were forced into Nazi camps. But one man chose to go, not by accident, not after capture, on purpose. In 1940, a Polish resistance officer deliberately let the Gestapo arrest him so he could be sent to Auschwitz. Not to escape, but to spy. What he saw inside was so horrifying that, even when he warned the world, many refused to believe him. This is the story of Witold Pilecki, the only known man to volunteer for Auschwitz and live to expose it. In early 1940, Auschwitz wasn't yet infamous. People disappeared, families received no answers, no bodies, no records, just whispers. The Polish underground needed proof. They needed someone inside. Witold Pilecki understood the risk immediately. No disguise, no extraction plan. Once inside, survival would depend on luck and silence. But without evidence, the world would never act, so he volunteered, and within days, he made sure the Nazis noticed him. September 1940. Warsaw is locked down. German troops drag civilians from the streets. Pilecki steps forward. He doesn't resist. He doesn't explain. He's beaten, searched, and thrown into a transport truck. Names disappear fast. At Auschwitz, they replace them with numbers. Pilecki becomes prisoner 4859. Guards welcome new arrivals with violence. Men collapse instantly. Others don't survive the first night. Pilecki realizes something crucial. Auschwitz isn't meant to be endured. It's meant to grind people down until nothing is left. And if he's going to survive long enough to spy, he'll need allies. Inside Auschwitz, death feels random, but it isn't. Hunger is calculated, punishment is theatrical, execution is routine. Pilecki watches everything. Who disappears first? Who survives longest? Who can still think clearly? Quietly, he begins to recruit. Small groups, no names, no paper trails. If one cell is exposed, the rest survive. They share stolen food, pass messages, shield weaker prisoners when possible. Then comes the most dangerous step of all. They send information outside the camp. Pilecki's reports are detailed, not rumors. Numbers, methods, patterns. He describes mass killings, starvation, and executions carried out like factory work. These are among the earliest eyewitness accounts of the Holocaust. He urges action. Bomb the rail lines, disrupt supply routes, attack the camp itself, anything, but nothing happens. The outside world hesitates. The reports sound unbelievable. Too extreme, too horrible. Pilecki understands a brutal truth. Knowing doesn't guarantee action, so if the world won't come to Auschwitz, he will leave Auschwitz himself. April 1943, night shift, the camp bakery. Heavy security. Pilecki and two prisoners move fast. A guard is overpowered. Alarm lines are cut, but not silently enough. Gunshots. Sirens. They run. Bullets tear through the darkness. They smash through fences and disappear into the forest. For days, they hide, bleed, and keep moving. Against all odds. They escape. One of the most heavily guarded places on Earth has failed to kill him. But the war isn't done with Witold Pilecki. Pilecki immediately rejoins the resistance. He writes full reports, names, dates, procedures. Still, real intervention comes too late. In 1944, Warsaw rises up against German occupation. Pilecki fights openly now, house to house, street to street. The uprising fails. He's captured again, but this time as a soldier, not a prisoner. He survives a German PUDU camp. By 1945, the war is over. The camps are liberated, the Nazis are defeated, and Pilecki expects freedom. He doesn't get it. Post-war Poland falls under communist control. Former resistance fighters are labeled threats. Pilecki is warned to flee the country. He refuses. Someone needs to document this occupation too. He's arrested. Interrogated, brutally beaten, his Auschwitz mission is erased from record. In 1948, after a staged trial, Witold Pilecki is executed. The man who survived Auschwitz is killed by the regime that replaced the Nazis. His grave is hidden, his name suppressed. For decades, his story vanishes. Witold Pilecki didn't stumble into history. He walked into it willingly. Into starvation, into brutality, into silence, so the world could know the truth. And when the truth was ignored, he survived long enough to repeat it. Some heroes fight from the outside. Others step directly into hell and come back carrying evidence.